Hi everyone, my name is Miss Yvonne and today we're back with another Book Talk Friday. So today I have another book to show you. This is also one of my favorite childhood books growing up and it's called The Quiltmaker's Gifts by Jeff Brumbeau. And you can see that I have the Chinese version, the Chinese translation of this book here, but I also have read the English version of it and I love it as much as the Chinese version. So this book is by Jeff Brumbeau, who grew up in New York City, and it is illustrated by Quiltmaker. And this book is published in the year of 2000. And this book won the Children's Book of the Year in 2000 and also won the Logos Book Award, the Publisher's Weekly Coffee Award, and the Parents' Choice Silver Honor Designation. Okay, so now let's see what this book is about. So there was this old granny living in the mountain and she could sew the most beautiful quilt in the world. A lot of rich people actually went and asked to buy the quilt that she made, but she would turn them away because she only gave the quilt to the poor. And there was this very, very greedy king. He was very, very rich and very, very greedy. He was so greedy that he actually had 2 birthday parties in a year so that he could get as many birthday gifts as he could. So once he learned about the Quiltmaker's quilt, of course, he wanted to get it immediately. And do you think the Quiltmakers will give him the quilt? Just like any other people that came to the Quiltmakers and asked to buy the quilt, she turned the king away as well because she didn't sell her quilt at all. She only gave them to the poor. So the king tried everything to threaten her. He would chain her with a bear in the cave, and he would also lock her on an island that she could barely stand. But somehow the Quiltmaker saved herself with her sewing skill all the way. And then finally the old lady gave up and said to him that if the king, you, will give all of your things away, then I will make you the most beautiful quilt in the world. I'm gonna read you some of the stories in this book. As I said, the woman answered, "Give away all of the things you own and I'll sew a quilt for you. And with each gift that you give, I'll add another piece to your quilt." "I cannot do that," cried the king. "I love all of my wonderful, beautiful things." "But if they don't make you happy," the woman replied, "what good are they?" "That's true," the king sighed. And he thought about what she had said for a long, long time. So long that weeks went by. "Oh, all right," he finally muttered. "If I must give away my treasures, then I must." And I will leave the ending of the story for you to find out yourself because it's actually a lot of fun to read this book. And I'll just ask you the question here. Do you think the king will actually give up all of his treasure? And do you think the king will finally be happy and satisfied? That you will need to find out by yourself. And this story is just very beautiful, but I want to show you something that is even more beautiful. As I was showing you before, you can already see the illustration by Quiltmaker. It is just full of details, a lot of charms, a lot of colors, and just beautiful, beautiful, and beautiful. When I'm reading the story, I feel like I can just leave the words out and just look at the illustrations here. They could be their own stories as well. So when I'm reading with kids or other people, I always try to ask them to look at the illustration first and ask what they see. It's a lot of fun to see the stories by yourself but not reading the words. Just a lot of details. And very, very beautiful. Look at this. These are all the king's treasures. This is a book about giving and generosity. This is just a very, very lovely book to read. And also, the illustrations are just very, very beautiful. And that's it for today. I hope you enjoy today's Book Talk Friday, and I'll see you next time. Bye!